So guys, when Alex Otti was elected as the governor of Abia State, he said he's going to adopt Peter Obi's model in Abia. He's going to ensure that his kind of leadership is the one that will focus on tackling the challenges of the people. And I tell you, Alex Otti is not failing in that promise. Since this man became the governor of Abia State, he has been doing wonders. I mean, every day is a new story. Every day is a new story. I mean, beautiful stories, interesting stories. Alex Otti has been in the business of transforming the entire Abia. Look at what is happening in Umuahia. Look at what is happening in Aba. Alex Otti is doing great things. Leadership is not rocket science like Nigerians will say. Just that we have leaders who don't have the political will to just give the people that little dividends of democracy. They are not ready to give it to us. But Alex Otti is now showing the people that it is possible to give people those little things they are asking for. This is one time, a business environment in Abia State. I mean, in Aba. Look at where people were doing businesses. But since Alex Otti assumed office, he has gone to clear off all this mess. He has gone to clean up the system. I mean, clean up so many places in Aba, building roads, doing cleanup, ensuring the gutters are unclogged. I mean, this man is changing the environment of Aba. People who never thought of going to Aba to live are now changing their mind, because in the nearest future, even getting a land in Aba is going to be difficult. So somebody posted this and was comparing Soludo's 2 years in office versus Alex Otti's 100 days in office. You can see the huge difference. So it's not about being a professor. It's about having the political will to serve the people. Peter Obi once told Soludo that I am a trader. I use my little ability as a trader to serve the people. You are a professor. You can do better than me. Use your professor skill to showcase that you've got more leadership style, and we are yet to see that. Soludo has not redeemed himself from all this. You can see the state of Anambra. Nothing is really going on. But look at Alex Otti. Since this man assumed office, it has been one big story, from one big story to another. That is what we've been seeing. So Alex Otti recently presented his budget to the State House of Assembly, and you know what? Everybody have been shouting because Alex Otti allocated 20% to education. My God, kudos to this man. 20. That has never happened. People are like saying, wow, he just wants to transform everything that has to do with education in the state. Then followed by health. He gave 17% to health, and then infrastructure is going to take 16%. Tell me, is this not the kind of people-centered leadership that Nigerians are asking for? Is this not what we want? It might shock you to know that Alex Otti does not collect salary. Look at the states of Abia State. Look at Aba. Look at Umuahia. Everywhere is being lightened up. Everywhere is shining. Clean up. Cleansing everywhere. Washing everywhere. Ensuring people breathe fresh air. I mean, the environment itself is so appealing that in no distant times, so many Nigerians will start relocating to Abia. This is what we want. This is leadership in action. This is leadership. Nigerians, this is leadership. Help me celebrate the man, Otti, Alex Otti, who is teaching other Nigerian politicians that leadership is not rocket science. It's just all about having the political will. This man has promised the people that he's going to ensure all their money is safe, just like Peter Obi did. Peter Obi said, I'm not going to take you people's money. Even while leaving office, I'm going to keep your money safe, and I'm going to tell you people where I'm keeping that money. So Alex Otti recently renovated the teaching hospital in the state, and that alone has left Nigerians shouting. I mean, shouting. Nigerians are shouting. The people of Abia State are shouting. Wow, renovation going on.
Guys, see the entrance now. See the entrance. Come on. Everywhere rebranded. If you go inside the reception, Jesus, it is giving. It is giving Otti. It's giving hospital. It's giving working. It's giving, we've gotten accreditation. Oh my. Let me guys. Sorry.
clean up everywhere, ensuring he transforms the state. Don't be surprised, Abia State will become another Dubai in Nigeria. This man is so determined, and he is even working from his private home. He has abandoned the mansion, the luxurious buildings and all that. He just have his peace. When you are serving the people, nobody is coming to kill you. Just like Peter Obi will walk safely on the streets of Onitsha. That is what Alex Otti is showcasing. He works from his own private home without any security, fear and all that. That is it. Alex Otti is a godsend to the people of Abia, to the people of Aba, to the people of Umuahia and other cities in Abia State. Honestly, this man is showing Nigerian politicians that leadership is not rocket science. He has promised them that he's going to focus on the people, and that is just what he's doing. You can see it. I just hope that other politicians are going to learn from Alex Otti, because the level of transformation now happening in Aba, happening in Umuahia, happening in the entire Abia State. I tell you, before his 4 years in office is over, many Nigerians will start relocating to Aba, to Abia, to Abia State, because you can see already, in less than a year, this is just 6 months or so, go and see what is happening in Aba, go and see what is happening in Abia State. So guys, he has gone further to present his budget for this year, like I told you guys, and I said that education is given the top priority, and then health is followed, and you talk about infrastructure. We have already seen him working on the infrastructural aspect. So let me just allow you enjoy this video the moment Alex Otti presented his budget to the State House. Honestly, this man should be lauded, this man should be praised, this man should be encouraged, this man should be given thumbs up for showing that leadership is not rocket science.
2024. A new beginning. We have deliberately structured the key items in the budget to reflect the priorities of the administration on very important frontiers, especially road infrastructure, human capital development, health and human services, social support initiatives, digitalization of the service delivery mechanisms of the government for efficiency, amongst other objectives, which are strategically tailored towards opening up the economy to local and global investors. On the basis of facts available to my office, we have done quite well in the implementation of the 2023 budget of 160.5 billion. And the projection is that we will go well past the 60% budget implementation mark achieved in 2022. We have remained transparent and open in the presentation of our budget performance report, and this has helped in giving the citizens a good understanding of how public resources that belong to them are being used. The target is to do better in 2024 by making the most of the feedback we got from the public over the last 2 quarters. The 2024 budget proposed, which we christened the budget of new beginning, targets the expansion of our public infrastructure in line with our new development target, scaling up access and quality service delivery in the social sector, with special focus on education and health, where we are proposing to commit more than 20% and 15% of the aggregate budget spending, respectively. The state is proposing a total expenditure of 567 billion 240 million 995,972 naira.
We are crossing border.
Beyond board to showcase to the world that leadership is simple. So guys, help me to celebrate the man Alex Otti, who is transforming the state of Abia and showcasing himself as an exemplary governor for others to follow. A big kudos to Peter Obi. When we say Peter Obi is a role model, it's not play. You know, Alex Otti said he's going to adopt Peter Obi's method, the way he did his things in Abia State, in Anambra State, and that is just what he's doing today. It means that Peter Obi is influencing people. It means that Peter Obi is now like somebody that other leaders could really look at to emulate from him. But would they be humble to emulate from him? I mean the APC politicians, I mean the PDP politicians, would they be humble enough to say, wow, Peter Obi really did well in Anambra State, let's adopt his style? You can see Alex Otti is doing that, and that is why the whole people of the Southeast and, you know, Abia State and even Nigerians are celebrating him. I just want to say a very big thank you to the man Alex Otti, who is showcasing that leadership amongst Nigerian politicians is very simple. Despite we being at these hard times in Nigeria, you can see the great success he has achieved within a very short time, you know, that he got into office. So guys, that is it for this video.
Vehicle 160 million naira. Which kind of truck is this? I mean,
so they all is for
Otti,
Ghana.
no, you make your notes.
Okay.
So we avoid the crossfire. I just wanted to just show that there's a huge gap between what we preach and what we do in your ministry.
So guys, this was a dramatic moment when Oshomole challenged the Minister for Trade. This is the woman who came out to tell us that it is not mandatory for the government to buy cars made in Nigeria, that the government must not buy substandard vehicles because it is the government, that they have the option to choose wherever they want to buy vehicle, and she is the Minister for Trade. So guys, it will interest you the way Oshomole engaged this woman. I mean, it appears the people Tinubu picked for this position, they know nothing about the economy, they know nothing about trade. He just picked some of these people possibly to compensate those he feels helped him during the election. Honestly, I must say a big kudos to Oshomole. If this is how each and every one of them would stand up for Nigerians, then we should be looking forward to seeing a rebranded Nigeria soon. So guys, take a look at this. It will shock you. This was a very big drama and a very disgraceful one. Just take a look at what happened.
Yes, and my apologies to Senator Adada that visited me while I wasn't in office. My office is also undergoing renovation, and I've also traveled quite a bit. Maybe one of those periods he came and I wasn't around. I want to reassure the House that it does not matter where I work from. I worked in Imo State, a rural state, for 2 years as Commissioner for Finance and Coordinating Economy. And this was even during the height of insecurity, and that did not deter me from carrying out my job or my role effectively. I want to assure you that it has nothing to do with the building or the location. I'm always going to carry out my job or my role to the best of my ability. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Reading through your presentation is very articulate. It seems to be clear about what we need to do. But listening to your explanation and some of your policies, they are completely at variance with the very beautiful presentation that you made. Building documents from you under Nigeria Trade Office Ghana. Purchase of 2 units of project vehicles, SUV, 160 million naira. Is this a Nigerian-made vehicle? 160 million naira. Which kind of truck is this? I mean,
so they all is for
Otti,
Ghana.
no, you make your notes.
Okay.
So we avoid the crossfire. I just wanted to just show that there's a huge gap between what we preach and what we do in your ministry. Understand our extent of dependence. What is the balance of trade between Nigeria and China? what is the balance of trade between Nigeria and countries under the European Union? What is the balance of trade between Nigeria and the United Kingdom? Most of our major trading partners. And when I talk of balance of trade, delete oil. The other one is an international product. So that we can appreciate how much we have gained in terms of giving all the money we spent over the years on export promotion and all the institutions we've set up, whether they are banks, they are commission, whatever they are, so that it will give us a window whether we are not just throwing money away. We probably have far more institutions, whether financial institutions or other commissions, with the one primary objective to promote export. So by the time you give us this figure, it will give us an idea. Number two, not be found in your office and be found elsewhere. He claimed to know where you were. I don't know whether he's tracking you. But there is one major thing that I've seen in all the committees that I've attended, and this is something the Senate has to look at. Every time Nigeria has to travel, including your ministry, we are, I use the word, and excuse me, but we need to be brutally frank, but not brutal to people, but in terms of calling a spade a spade. We always have the largest delegation of Nigerians to trade missions. Now I see in your proposal, you have trade mission in Geneva, and you are going to spend almost over 1.70 billion naira to maintain your Geneva office, which means ideally you have trade experts in that office. And when I used to go to Geneva, where Nigerian ministers come with 30-man delegation, America will use their trade officers in Geneva to attend those meetings. They are just pure technical people. In Nigeria, the minister will lead the delegation, and by the time you multiply now, I don't know what the ETA code is now, times 1,000, whatever it is, you'll find that ministers in trying to help put their people on trips, they don't attend the meetings, and they spend most of that time shopping at the expense of taxpayers. And that is paid substantially, why you will find huge overhead. I'm just asking myself, you are going to spend in your ministry 900 and, that is headquarters alone, 905 million naira. And sometimes when you put for 202 kobo, I really don't know how these numbers are generated, because nobody sees kobo anymore. It doesn't exist. And every budget they put it there as if it was meant to be a joke. Budget is meant to be an honest statement, not a formality. So you spend so much money on overhead. Number two, you are arguing the case for waivers. For me, the most corrupt tools of government is to make law for everyone, and then for those you favor, you now grant them waiver to breach that law. Government must be seen to be fair to all. If we are going to have fair competition, and we have opted for free market, why should we even have thing called waiver? I think my plea to Mr. Chairman, sir, is that going forward, the National Assembly has the right to legislate, to curtail the power of those who exercise this discretion, because they are abused. Honorable Minister, be clear, this is not about you, but there has to be a day to wake up. You know, somebody asked about Volkswagen, about Peugeot Automobile, about Leyland, about there was one in Bauchi where they produce tractors. Steer. It is our trade policies. This submission, recklessly in my view, to so-called WTO rules and so on, and then we expose ourselves to all kinds of goods and services coming in. let me just give you, ask you one question. When you go to a restaurant, and as the Minister of Trade, you pick a toothpick and it's made in China, that toothpick is illegally imported and drawing the forex from our increasingly impoverished central bank? Or how does it come in? Under our laws, should toothpick not made in Nigeria be found in a Nigerian market? I'm going for this ridiculous one because each time I go out and I see toothpick, they have this small packaging, nice packaging, but it's imported. And then we talk about promoting trade. How? So there's something you need to speak to. And okay, time is always a problem here. Provided that next time, sir, we will not be rushed to approve money because we are in a hurry. Because those who pay taxes don't earn the money in a hurry. They sweat. We must be sure, not assuming, sir. No, excuse me. Custom officer implements trade policies. They do not formulate the tariff policies. They collect what has been imposed on them. Yeah, but you shouldn't be tired so much that not to know the difference. It's my father. It's my father. He knows we are good friends. So I just want to say, Madam, looking at this thing, we spend a lot of money on the Ministry of Trade. But maybe by the time I see the balance of trade between us and our major trading partners, I will be able to see, and I would think in future, we ought to be able to say, over the past 5 years, this is the growth we have recorded, or this is how we have stagnated, so that we have overall view. And as I said the question, should we spend money in a ministry that is not promoting local production? I want us to set up a target, sir, where we should say, for example, all the cars in Nigeria, all those tires they were using in the past, not during Mongo Park era, just in the 80s, they were in Nigeria. In the early 90s, you have Michelin, you have Dunlop, you have several of them that were producing tires in Nigeria using rubber that is made or planted in my part of the country. And all of these are gone now. Any car you see on the road, the tire is imported. What are your plans to make a review? The reason I ask you, I didn't come to the Senate to lament. And Mr. President said during our campaign, and I believe he meant it, it is can-do spirit. So we are not going to continue, as this budget suggests, with old traditions, right? So you need to tell us, what are we going to do differently to get all the tires we're using in Nigeria made in Nigeria? The policy that brought them before was by government that says, in the military, unfortunately, I mean, rather interestingly, that says, if you want to sell tires in Nigeria, locate in Nigeria. If you want to clothe 200 million Nigerians, locate the textile factories in Nigeria. If you want to, because the only thing we have to sell to the world is our population. And so if you want to patronize that huge market of 200 million people, my friend, locate in Nigeria. That was the policy. It didn't occur by accident. And once we revise the policies, now, from what you are telling me, all the Toyotas on the road, and we have perhaps per capita the highest number of Toyota vehicles in Nigeria. I'm using what? We need to have a policy that seeks to make a complete huge change. Otherwise, year in, year I will go through these rituals. Not you will complete your tenure in 4 years. Our dependence will be much more than it was before you came. That has been the lot of your predecessors, and may that not be the lot of you and of the 10th National Assembly.
Thank you very much, much distinguished.
So guys, you have seen it for yourself. Honestly, for me, I think this woman does not even know her job. This woman does not know her job, honestly. This is the person that came and said the government is not under compulsion, you know, to buy locally assembled cars or locally made cars, that they have the option to choose from wherever they want. That is the Minister for Trade, somebody who is supposed to be promoting trade in Nigeria, somebody who is supposed to, you know, ensure the environment is attractive for other businesses to come into Nigeria. She's supposed to be the one to suggest some policies for the government to adopt so that we can ensure that our local producers are benefiting. But you know, she's supporting those selfish government officials who think they are there just to use the people's money to go and start buying and importing vehicles and all that. Don't forget that their medical care is from outside the country. Their insurance, they buy houses and all that. Everything these our leaders do, they prefer it to be done outside the country, and to the detriment of the taxpayers. Honestly, these are leaders they don't think. But I was happy seeing Oshomole standing up to the occasion and asking this woman, you know, real questions, despite the fact that both of them belong to the same party. So guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Thank you.